Hi everyone, this is Thais from Be Happy Now, and I'm here a bit unexpected. I didn't plan on recording anything this week, but I just wanted to share with you a little bit what I've been going through since this whole US election. It took me by surprise, and I guess many people as well. And I didn't know how to deal with it. It was just this big thing that suddenly happened, and the whole night before the election I couldn't sleep, and I felt my heart chakra was just aching so much. And I had like, not panic attacks, but you know when your heart is racing and you feel like, oh my god, something's happening, something's coming up. And by that time no one yet would have predicted that Trump would be winning, so it was really my body tuning into what's happening, what's about to happen. And so in the morning then when I read the news, I was just completely shocked. And I just started crying. I mean, I'm not even American, okay? I don't even have family in the States. Yes, I have American friends, but that's about it. I just really tapped into this collective unconscious field of pain, of anger, of sadness, of fear. And I just felt it I just felt what many people are feeling around the world. And if you're an empath, if you are sensitive to other people's emotions, if you're sensitive to what's going on in the world, you might have felt it coming up as well. And I know this other girl, for example, 2 days before the election, she woke up with the deepest depression she has ever felt, and there was no reason for it. She didn't know why it was there until obviously the election day. She understood that her body already a few days before knew what was about to happen and already connected to that collective sadness that was about to happen, basically. And another girl I know, she has been feeling nauseous already a few days before the election. And all these people, they're not even American. They're just, sensitive people, empaths, basically. So if you've been feeling off even before the election, just know that you were connected to the collective unconscious. So that's the first thing I wanted to share here. The second thing is, I went through all the emotions that everybody else went through, whether it's anger, despair, fear, just confusion also. Why is this happening? How can this happen? I think it's important that we allow ourselves to feel whatever is happening, whatever we're feeling, and then to see it from above, like somehow, in a way, what can we learn from it, right, individually? And for me, I will share what I went through. I went to have a shower then in the morning, and I just started crying again. And I had all these visions of separation and anger. And this is all things that Trump has been accused of doing, dividing the country, creating a division, right? And creating all this hate and all that stuff. And out of nowhere, I just started remembering division within my own life. Okay, so when my parents split up, there was a divorce, and I remembered all these incidents of separation, of anger, of hate. And we all have this kind of, separation, division in our own lives, whether in our families, in our relationships that go wrong, or in our communities. It's this us versus them mentality. It's us versus, the refugees. It's the Christian versus Muslims and vice versa. It's this us versus them, and it's there. It's not just in the States, it's in the whole world. It's, in Europe, it's here in all the countries. So it's not just something that is happening in the States. And this is what has been worrying me, that this division is just on the rise in the whole world. And that's what made me so sad, basically. And what I learned from this is that we really have to go back into our own memories and into our own lives and see where we have created this division, and where we still feel this division. And so it felt quite painful for me to go back into these memories, even though I thought, whoa, I had dealt with it all. So it's really just an encouragement for you all to think and to feel where in your life there is division, or where you might have contributed to any form of division. And, it's not just within our families when people separate and there's fighting and anger. It's even in our ideologies or religious beliefs. you know, if you're religious and you think, you know, it's us versus them, again, it comes to the same thing. It's separating yourself from your fellow human beings who have different beliefs. The poor versus the rich, the blacks versus white in the States, all the shooting. I mean, it's everywhere in the world. So let's think about that. Let's examine our own belief system and to see where we distinguish ourselves from others, where we have this mentality of thinking me versus others. And let's step away from that. Let's really try and step away from that. Yeah, so that was one thing I wanted to bring up here. And then I asked my tarot cards a little bit for guidance as well. And it was quite interesting what I took. So the first card, I'm going to show it here. So that's the Emperor. And that's a very powerful card, obviously. First I thought, oh my God, is that Trump now? No, it's not, because this guy here, he's leading from his heart. It's a very powerful leader that leads from his heart. What this card is telling me is that we have to step into becoming leaders, you know, in our own lives, and to lead from our hearts, to speak our truth from our hearts, and to lead by example. And that's the male energy. The second card I took is this one, which is the counterpart. It's the feminine energy. And again, the feminine energy, this queen that is sitting here, she's very powerful. She's very intuitive. She listens to her intuition. She's very creative. She works with a lot of creative power. And again, she leads from the heart. So for every woman out there, again, it's a message to step up and to be, you know, this powerful woman that you already are and might have forgotten, and to just step up and to listen to your guts and to work more with your intuition and with your creative power. And this is what the world needs. The world needs these kind of people that step it up and that want to become whole, that want to be, you know, not dependent on anyone, but that are leaders in their own rights. Because if we become leaders, we don't have to look for, you know, psychopathic leaders out there, like, okay, I won't mention the name. But that will have a whole change. You know, if we change our energy and we step it up, and we are not victims anymore, if we step it up and we take responsibility for our lives, this is who we become. We become powerful leaders, and that will change a whole lot of the energy. And then the third card that I took, it's this one here. And there you can see there's two kids, right? That's the Four of Cups. And this card speaks about tapping into our inner child, into creativity, into innocence. It asks us to, go back to childhood, you know, where we were babies or we were little children, and the only thing we knew was love. And there was no division. There was no racism. Kids don't have this notion of, you know, us versus them and racism. We just love. We just have this, you know, immense source of love within ourselves that we want to share with the world. And we have this innocence and we have this creativity. We just go and play and have joy. And so for this whole situation right now, this card is just asking us to step into that power that we all have inside of us. We just have to reconnect with our inner child and to believe in that magic again, in that love, and that there is no separation, there's no division, there's only love. So I know that's a bit, idealistic, but if we start working on ourselves, if we tap into that inner child, if we work on becoming whole, becoming leaders, stepping it up, letting go of blaming others, and just taking full responsibility for who we are as human beings, that is where change can start. And that is how people like Trump wouldn't even get elected, if everyone stepped it up that way and made sure there's no division in their own thinking, right? So that's a bit of what I've been going through, what I've been working on, and what I shall be working on as well. So if that in any way inspires you to do the same or inspires you to do something different, That's great. If you have different opinions or want to share what you're feeling, what you're going through, feel free to comment. I would love to hear from you. I just would love to keep this momentum going and to have people speak up and to speak their truth. And for sure, this world needs change, and it begins with us. So please do share how you feel we can change, how we can help each other. So lots of love from me. Have a beautiful weekend, and yeah, speak to you soon. Bye bye.